I have short hair. That is crazy. Got a little bit different of a style of video today. I knew a while back that I was going to be going back to school. So what do I had to do? What? I knew I was going to be going back to school, which means I needed my own table. Now, I could have done something reasonable, like, you know, bought a table off of Amazon for a decent price and it would have come in 2 days. But that's boring. That's lame. Also, sorry about the acoustics in here. I'm sure they're fantastic. So of course, what did I decide to do instead? Decide to build my own. With the help of my grandfather, who has years of woodwork experience throughout his life, which has been very, very helpful for this project. So the way I designed it is the rails are going to actually bolt on and off. You're not gonna see that in the next video, you're gonna see it in the next video. This is gonna be a two-part video on how I built this table. So yeah, we're gonna start at Home Depot, and then I'll provide some commentary throughout the video. So without further ado, here is part 1 of 2 of how I built my own poker table. Alrighty guys, it's Home Depot time. Gonna go get some wood, and yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Here we go. Well, that's awkward.
We don't care what it looks like as long as it's...
Alright, I think that's the next one. There's that. That looks kind of nice.
I like the sandy plywood. It's pretty good.
I agree. Well, there it is.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, so after a quick ride home, we're gonna get into day 1 of this build project. Nothing really much to do here. We're just measuring a lot of wood for our sections. We're gonna have a couple main sections here. We're gonna have the 2 main pieces, since I want this table to fold in half, and then we're going to have wood around the rails. That's pretty much what this time lapse of day 1 is. Don't mind the fan rave in the bottom left there. It's pretty funny. So on to day 2. So the beginning of day 2 started off by making the rest of the tools we needed. And you might be thinking, Alex, it looks like you have some tools. Yeah, but the tools we needed, we didn't have actually. We needed a tool that controlled the diameter of the cuts for the edge pieces to make those perfect circular cuts. So that's what we finished up doing then. Right now, we are making, or at least we cut the general size, and now we're going to be using what we see here, the router, to make some circular cuts around the base parts of the table. Now, this thing is really, really loud, and I'm going to play some raw audio for you. Turn down 18 decibels. Now, it's really important to not overstress your router bit when you're making these kind of cuts. We're going through 3/4 inch wood here. We had to make about 3 cuts per cut in order to actually cut through the wood safely. Now, what you can see here is we're actually cutting out the profiles for the rail pieces. We are stacking the rails to make some raised rails for a deeper playing surface, and I think that's just a really good aesthetic. I like how it looks, I like how it feels, and although this table is kind of small, I still really wanted some raised rails for this table. Okay, so here's the really interesting and difficult part of this project, at least for the router. We finished up all the curved pieces for the rails, and now we're going to attempt to cut the circular profiles out of the playing surface. Now, it may seem easier since we're going through 1/2" wood this time, but you gotta be really careful when working with a piece this big to keep it secure to your surface that you're cutting on and not dig into your surface at all. It was really tricky to be able to do this, and I had to hold it down while my grandfather did the cutting. One final step, we have the curved pieces for the rails, we have the curved profiles. Now we just need the straight sections of the rails in between the curved sections. We're going to be using the leftover wood that we have left from the 3/4 inch pieces of wood that we cut the curved rails out of. And we're just going to be cutting those into small sections and just making a bunch of them. So eventually, after we cut all of those out, we can assemble what will be the eventual playing surface. This is so cool. Raised rails, you know. It's a little skinny, but I think the raised rails make it look a little skinnier than it actually is, but God, that is so cool. The progress at this point is absolutely incredible. From here, we're going to put the hinge in the middle so it folds, table legs underneath, and the foam, vinyl, and felt. And then that'll be it. Like and subscribe for part 2.